Hey guys, what's up? My name's Danny, aka Thrift Fish. I'm an online fashion reseller, so I sell on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari full-time, selling mostly used clothing. And today is Friday, so that means a sip and ship video. So I'm going to go ahead and pack up my orders from the last 2 days and kind of show you what's sold, and as well as do a little chit chat. And this week I specifically planned a Q&A. So over on my Instagram, I put a little box in my stories asking if anybody had any questions for me. And I did get a couple responses as well as some questions from my morning reseller accountability group to kind of tell you about on this video. So I'm going to be answering those questions in between showing you what sold and packing those up. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you like videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. I put out reselling videos every Tuesday and Friday. And if you like this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. I'm gonna go ahead and dive in and go ahead and pack up the first order, which just sold on eBay. And this is a fun one to show because this was recently featured in one of my Bolo brand videos or Be on the Lookout videos. This is a brand called Arch or something like that. And they sold on eBay for like $65, I think. So that is pretty good. I did have them up for hire, but I was willing to take that offer. I'm gonna go ahead and just dive into some of these questions. The first question is asking what my best flips have been. And to be honest, my best flips have actually happened on ThredUp. So I do, or I have in the past, sent consignment into ThredUp and specifically their Luxe program in the past when that existed. And I think my highest sale over there was a Dries Van Noten sweater dress that I probably paid like $8 for, and I made $260 or about $261 from that sale on ThredUp. I sold an Eskandar cashmere poncho over there, probably paid about $6 for that and made $204. So I, in the past, was able to do pretty well with ThredUp's program. Unfortunately, that Luxe program doesn't exist anymore, but my highest Poshmark sale at this moment was a $200 sale of a pair of Rothy's Python points. So I think they were a discontinued print. And those sold really fast. That was the first pair of Rothy's I had ever found in the wild. And it was very exhilarating. They were just at my local Goodwill, and I actually hadn't been to one of them, or that particular Goodwill, in a while, because it just hadn't been good in a while. I just popped in one day unexpectedly, and they were just sitting there. That was a very good day. A very good reseller day. My goal would be to have high flips, more high flips like that over on Poshmark, but I also find it really comfortable. My sweet spot is somewhere in between $30 and $70 per sale. And although, you know, I could go for a higher margin, maybe a little longer time span of selling, it's just not what I find all the time. I don't focus a ton of my energy into that. So most of my sales end up being somewhere in that mid-level range, which that's cool because that's fine with my business plan. But doesn't mean I don't like big flips, because yes, I do. Let's see. Speaking of big flips, the next question is, are you willing to pay up for items with a higher return if you know they're going to have a higher return? And I would say my answer is yes, but I would also say that paying up, I think, is very subjective. I think it depends on where you usually shop, what your business model is, your region, what you pay at a thrift store, what brands you normally sell, what platforms you're on, who you're catering to. There's so many factors that go into paying up, but I do get that, you know, it probably means just outside of your normal range, maybe outside of your average cost per item. And I would say yes, that I visit buy-sell trade stores maybe once or twice a month, because I do like to occasionally have a boost in the higher end items in my closet. And if I find something at the thrift store that might be marked up, I am definitely going to check comps on that item to see if paying that is worth it. I've learned more and more what is and what isn't worth paying up for. And I do think that that comes with a lot of research on what is selling, going on to Poshmark recent sells, you know, between 50 and 100 or over 100 or between 100 and 250, whatever you're looking for. Making sure you're knowing what's selling and what's worth investing that money into, just because the risk is higher. You might be holding on to that item for longer, and that's why retail arbitrage is not necessarily my thing. It's not something I do all the time, but it's something I like to practice doing because I think it makes me sharper at knowing what to pay for and how much to pay for something. Hope that answered that question. Okay, we got one down. Let's get the whole thing in the mix. All right, next. This was a recent sale this morning. Just a pair of Levi's, I think they're just straight leg jeans, that I got in a Jomar trendy denim box. Classic straights, little distressing. Just sold for $20 over on Posh. That was their full price, so I'm not mad about that. Next question, how did I get started reselling? Early 2018, I had been taking my clothes to Plato's Closet for a long time, taking things that I didn't want anymore to sell, and at the time, these were probably Gap, H&M, Forever 21, those kinds of items. So I had seen on Instagram someone I followed start a store, and they were selling clothing items. You know, their old stuff that they didn't want or need anymore. So I said, I wonder if I could do that. Because I was taking my things to Plato's, and they were either not taking anything or they were giving me $3 for 10 items or something ridiculous. You know, I've gained a much better relationship with Plato's Closet now that I know what to take there. But yeah, so I decided I would start an Instagram to sell my old clothing on there. I made a couple local friend sales, maybe shipped one or two things, but I didn't really know how to make it work. I didn't really know how to do shipping at the time, or how to securely have people pay for things. So it just felt really risky, and that's when I started following more resellers on Instagram. It just kind of targeted more people that I should be following who were doing this kind of thing, and that's how I found Poshmark. And so I started by selling my own clothing, like so many do, and just kind of got sucked into the Instagram reselling community and watching YouTube videos so quickly. And I know that is a lot of people's stories, but I know that that is also not everybody's story. So slowly it became my favorite thing to do. So, and over the last almost 3 years, here I am now. So that's how I got started. All right, next sale. Here is a bundle. Poshmark, obviously. I have sold multiple items to somebody on eBay and Mercari. I didn't know you could do it on eBay until it happened. And I also really didn't know you could do it on Mercari until someone asked if I could make a bundle listing for them, which is how you have to do it. You have to manually create a bundle for the person. So that was, I think I just answered a question that wasn't even asked of me. But anyway, this bundle is this super cute pair of button fly, like burnt orange, corduroy wide leg pants from Pilcrow in the letterpress. Gorgeous, love these. Oh, and as this is a sip and ship video, and sipping out of my new tumbler from my wonderful friend, Ashley Maybe. Go give her a follow on Instagram if you're not already. But she gave me this awesome Thrift Fish tumbler for the holidays. So I'm sipping my tea out of this morning. It's like my new favorite thing. All right. Those are so perfect for the holidays, and the fall, and the winter. And this lace up Madewell wool sweater. This I think was in my haul the other day. Sold fairly quickly. All right, the next question is, how did I get the name Thrift Fish? Or how did I decide on that name? And it's a pretty simple answer. It's not overly creative. My last name is Fishman, and I've had a variety of fish-based nicknames over the years. And so my other handles and screen names and social media names have always been kind of fish-based, so Thrift Fish. Are you laughing at me? So Thrift Fish is short and catchy and to the point. So I'm still kind of working with the branding. I have kind of an idea of where I want it to go rather than just being a fish. I don't go fishing. I'm not a fishing person. I like fish. I had a fish as a pet for a small time. But anyway, go ahead and throw this bundle in here. What did I just carried some of my labels. Okay, so that's a really quick and short answer for how I got the name Thrift Fish. Let's move on to this Amour Vert, a little super soft t-shirt midi dress. That sold on Poshmark? Yes. It's sold on Posh. Super comfy, super simple. Smack the label on this one. I did get some fun questions to keep it light, including what's my zodiac sign? So I am a Gemini. I am on, I think, the last day of Gemini. I don't know much about astrology. I know little bits and pieces of what I hear and what I see on the internet, but I have lots of friends and close family members who know lots about it. But read from that what you will. I am on the verge of Gemini and Cancer, but technically a Gemini. So, ta-da! Next up is a pair of aloe leggings. I have been finding them a lot more recently, and they have been selling really great. I picked up 2 more pairs recently at the thrift store, so I'm excited to get those listed. A little bit of a lint roll here. All right, here's another question, and I have actually answered this one before in a video, so I'll try to link that here. But really quickly, what is one brand I used to get that I'm not picking up anymore? And that's a pretty good question. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, brand is important, but so is style. So sometimes it's just a difference of even not entirely cutting out a brand, but only picking up more current styles. But I would say that one brand I have recently stopped picking up is Dolce Vita. And this even counts for just straight up Dolce Vita, not DV or any diffusion line under it. Dolce Vita boots even are just hard to move, harder to move recently. I've always found them as a good bread and butter, kind of like a Lucky Brand boot, and those even I've been slowing down on those. I tend to find them a lot, but they are generally marked up because I think the thrift stores know that they are a quickly moving brand. But Dolce Vita boots, or Dolce Vita shoes in general, I have kind of pushed the brakes on those. So that's my most recent answer to add on to the brands that I mentioned in my video. All right, next up is what are my top 4 favorite brands to sell? Sorry, couldn't talk there. What are my top 4 favorite brands to sell? So I would say Athleta is one brand. It has been a very solid bread and butter brand for me for the past several months and continues to be. And I'm talking typically about newer styles of Athleta pieces, leggings, dresses, sweatshirts, most things Athleta, sweatshirts, jackets, maybe not tank tops or short sleeve tops or things like that, but for the most part, Athleta does well for me. I would say Allbirds. I tend to find a lot of Allbirds, and that is a reliable sale, at least $25 to $35. I would probably also add Everlane to that mix, and now I'm kind of hearing that Everlane might be slowing down on its popularity in the resale market, but usually I cannot keep Everlane in my closet, so that one does make the list for now, but we will see. I'm adding a couple more Everlane pieces to my closet this week, so we'll see how those do. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw Bowden in there because I have pretty much always been an advocate for newer style Bowden pieces, maybe more towards structured midi dresses do pretty well, but I love a good Bowden piece. So there are at least 4 of my top favorite brands, maybe not all of them, but just want to hit on a couple. I actually do have another video that is my favorite brands to sell, and those are probably some of the ones included in that video, but if you're interested in that, maybe I'll link that one too. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pack up. Did it fall down? It did. This probably one of my favorite finds in a little while because I have been dying to find this brand in the wild, and I finally did. It is a Spell and the Gypsy Collective cool blue baby sweatshirt with that cute little unicorn. This sold on Poshmark when I sent out some offers. So love this, loving that sale. Let's go ahead and pack it up. So my next question, how do I organize my inventory? I did a small office tour where I mentioned it briefly, but right now my inventory is stored, as you can see, they're each in a bag with an inventory number, and I have it written on there as well as a sticker. But each item gets sorted by category and then gets a number. So I have 2 different bins for tops. I have 2 different bins for jeans. I have 4 dress bins, so on and so forth. I have things hanging in a closet that are bulkier items. Shoes are on a shoe rack, but for the most part they are separated by category. So I'll give that category a letter, like tops are T, jeans are J, dresses are D, and again, so on and so forth. And then the number of the bin, so D1, D2, D3, and then the specific bag number. And that is my inventory code, so J275. So that's in the second jeans bin, and I'm going to be looking for the number 275 on the bag. Hope that helps. That did change. I used to just have everything just by number. I would just organize my bins by, I would have 30 numbers in a bin, so it'd be 1 to 30, 31 to 60, or something like that. And I started to not be able to find things, so I had to clearly define it a little bit more, so that's when I added in the categories. But I didn't have to change the numbered bags. I could continue to use those. Okay. Next up, let's do these Free People jeans. It's just a little pair of boyfriend jeans or skinny. I'm not exactly sure. They might be like a boyfriend jean, but they are embroidered. They have a raw hem. Pretty cute. And the next question is, what is my favorite way to photograph? And definitely, hands down, at this time, it is hanging. I have never used a dress form or mannequin, so I cannot attest to that. But I did used to swear by flat lays. I didn't think I would ever change to anything else. And then my needs changed. My flat lay area was no longer, I wasn't able to get the lighting I needed, so I switched to hanging, and it became much quicker for me to photograph, and I have not gone back since. So, and then there are certain things that I still have to flat lay because of their shape. Any like cutout jumpsuits or dresses or anything that just doesn't look good on the hanger, I'll lay down. I might typically put in a stock photo as my cover photo for that item, just because I feel like it looks more uniform with my closet, but I'll only do that on Poshmark, not eBay. So yes, I mostly hang my items. One day I am afraid that I'm going to be talking and not paying attention and put the wrong label on something. I've never done that, but I feel like it's going to happen. This is the Marrakesh jacket. It's that Anthropologie jacket that was on my most recent haul. Just a little zip jacket, and this is sold on eBay pretty quickly for a good amount. I think around $40. Next question is another kind of silly one. Pancakes or waffles? And I will answer this. I do believe I would choose pancakes, but that is no shade towards waffles, because I do love waffles, have a waffle maker, but I just kind of grew up on pancakes, and I just love them. So again, just kind of one by default, but I'm not gonna not eat a waffle. I had a waffle maker, like a Belgian waffle, I can't talk. A Belgian waffle maker in college that was just like tops. One that you like pour the thing in and you flip it over. Ugh, so good. All right, the next question is, does anyone help you? Or does anyone help me? So, and yes, I will say that is my answer. In my first ever Sip and Chip video, I went over my recent addition of a virtual assistant to help me list. So, and I am still using that virtual assistant to help me draft my listings. I will send her the photos and a couple details on the items. Nicole, my lister, will upload the photos and put in all the details in the listing, and then I'll go through, make any changes, and then actually push go and make the listing live. So that is one help I have. I do have another virtual assistant that shares my closet. This was an addition I made over a year ago. I think a little over a year ago. And I almost have not looked back. Sharing closets is just so tedious, and the last time I did it, I probably had 100 or so less items in my closet, so I have somebody else take care of that for me. And then I also have my partner, my boyfriend Johnny, who does help me sometimes with shipping things and other odd jobs, and he is looking to get a little bit more involved as well. So yes, but mostly pretty much everything else is me. It's my show. All right, we're gonna do these little Zara little flowy pants. These are so lightweight and like silky and so fun and bright and yellow. Little gathered waist there. I love these. Oh my gosh. I wish you could feel them through the camera. The next question is, how do I stay motivated? And that's a great question. Being a full-time reseller, I have to stay motivated so that I can make the money that I need to pay the bills and support myself. And so that's one way to stay motivated is just to know that I don't have a safety net, and this is what I do, and I have to do it. Luckily, I love it. I do love doing it. And part of that is also in the job is sourcing what I love. So I have to absolutely only bring things home that I adore. It has really helped me stay motivated as I'm listing. I've never really kept a death pile, and sourcing what I love really, really helps with that. Helps me stay motivated in that sense. But I also have friends in the reselling community who help me stay motivated because they're going through similar things, but also different things, and we all support each other. And honestly, that has been invaluable to me. I would say it took me a little while to, find my so-called reselling fam. But now that I have done so, that really does help me stay motivated. And just the opportunity of growing my business into something that I never imagined for myself. So it's really been inspiring to see how far I've come, and I just kind of want to keep pushing at it to see what I can do with this. So that in itself is motivation. Why did I think that this was a first class label? It's not. It's brownie. That's fine. We'll just throw some stickers on it. It'll be fine. Done. Alrighty, coming down to the last couple here. Now it's been quite a few. I don't even think I realized what has sold in the last couple days. Here's a Topshop sweater I received in my most recent B&G box order. Now this was disclosed in the listing, but this does have a couple little holes in the front. But it was disclosed, and this is going out the door. It is super cozy though, so I wouldn't hold some little holes that aren't super noticeable against it. The next question is, do I invest or have I invested in reselling courses to help my business? And my short answer is yes, but here's my long answer. I had not invested in a course for my reselling business until 2020, until this year, the year that I went full time. So, and I don't know if maybe before I did not invest in a course because there weren't as many options when I first started, and that I really started seeing more options pop up this year. Yeah, so I honestly think it was more about opportunity and where I was in reselling. I also more paid for a mentorship program with Nicole State. But recently I have invested in a course on selling on ThreadUp. Unfortunately, ThreadUp has changed so many times. And I've also invested in a course for building a website for myself, because that is my new project and that is something I don't have prior experience in, and that maybe the resources are less available. There are lots of free resources on reselling out there available on my channel, on so many channels on YouTube, all over Instagram. There are blog posts, there's so much free knowledge out there, and that's really what I use to gain my knowledge and just experience. But I think it's just how you want to go about it. I think if you want to have every resource available to you and you're willing to invest monetarily into that, and that is the route that you're taking. And that is totally cool, because it does take a little bit of work to find what you're looking for and to incessantly watch and listen to YouTube videos and scroll through Instagram. And that can also be very overwhelming because different people are saying different things. So if a course is what's going to help you learn best, and that's what you're comfortable investing in, then that is your choice. But I don't necessarily think that that needs to be the route for everyone. So that was a long answer. I know that I said yes was my short answer and that had a long answer. I did not think it was gonna be that long. Okay, put the sweater in the box and send it out. Second to last item, we have this adorable little Kate Spade hat. This came in a Jomar sweater weather box and is going out on eBay. The next question, also from Waffle Wardrobe, and probably seen some of my videos in my journey before, asking, although it was not my choice to at the time go to full-time reselling when I did, as I was let go from my part-time job, which was at one time my full-time job. I transitioned into part-time with the goal of eventually becoming full-time reseller, but was not planning on jumping in so early. So what are the positives of being let into full-time reselling a little early. And I would say that the positives are that I am doing what I wanted to do just a little bit earlier and realizing that I was a little bit more ready than I thought I was. So overall, I'm happy that the transition happened. Luckily, because I transitioned to part-time, knowingly in the beginning of the year, I had already figured out my health insurance and have been paying that beforehand, so that wasn't as much of a concern, but just the basically everything else. And the positives are that I am feeling really confident and excited, and I love what I do. Recently I've been thinking a lot about how I used to hate waking up and doing my job in the morning that wasn't reselling, and I would push it as far as I could. I still worked from home with my old job, so I would sleep till 9:30 and try to get, you know, more sleep than that, and wouldn't even want to do that. Now I willingly wake up at 6:45 pretty much every day, and I don't know who I am anymore, but this is what being put in full-time reselling has done, and I'm very happy and I feel pretty fulfilled, so very positive. 2 thumbs up. Last but not least is this bundle that is going out to a return buyer of mine. I'm packing up this really pretty chiffon button front, flutter sleeve, a Kemi and Kin floral dress. Very, very pretty. And I will also be packing up these, which will also featured recently, Stefan Killian little kitten heel suede mule flat things, heel slip-ons. And the last question, which is just a fun one for last, is what is a fun fact about myself? And I don't think I really shared this one, but I don't know. But my eyelashes are different colors, so like, I'll try to show you. I don't know how my face looks, but like, those are blonde and those are brown, and there's no makeup. Yeah, so just born that way, baby. All right, let's label this up, ship it out, try to see if there's anything I missed. What is my favorite non-reselling activity right now? It's yoga. That's my quarantine fave. Usually it's like hanging out with friends or singing in choir or whatever, but right now it's lots of yoga, lots of stretching. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for being here and watching through this video. Tried to make it a little longer this time. I know a lot of you are probably working while you're watching this. I will be back on Tuesday with another video. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon.